Hey Freedom Ridge, thanks for joining me and checking this out today. We started on January 18th of this year, and now here we are at the end of 2009. Now I don't know about you, but it seems like time just keeps going by faster and faster and faster and faster. And I look back and think, where has the time gone? But I can tell you that my family and I, we have had a lot of fun with Freedom Ridge, and we have really enjoyed getting to meet many great people and getting to know many of you out there. Freedom Ridge was started with the idea of reaching out to those people who do not yet have a church home. Our mission is to love God, love people, change the world. Our vision is to be an externally focused and practical church that hits people right where they live using culturally relevant means to fulfill our mission. Now we're implementing a new ministry at Freedom Ridge next year, in the year 2010, that will help us in accomplishing our mission and our vision. I've been telling you on Sundays that the year 2010 is going to be known as the year of community at Freedom Ridge. And I'm challenging you to be involved in this new ministry. Not just because it will be beneficial to Freedom Ridge as a whole, but it will also be very beneficial to you as an individual in your spiritual journey. The ministry we're starting is called Small Groups. We're going to call them Life Groups here at Freedom Ridge. It's not an original name, but it's a name that describes what we want them to accomplish very well. Life Groups will help us as a church in a couple different ways. The first way that they will help us is in caring for those people that we already have. You'll be able to get to know people on a deeper level and develop relationships and friendships and connections with them. And when you have the opportunity to receive encouragement from someone, that helps you in your spiritual journey. Also, when you are able to give encouragement and give help to someone else, that also helps you in your spiritual journey. So that will help us care for those people that we already have, and it will help us to reach out to those people who we do not yet have. Life groups will be great because they will be a place where people can get plugged in and they can begin developing those friendships and those relationships. Our life groups also, on a very regular basis, they will go out and do community service projects as a group to show the love of Jesus in a practical way. Now, what I want to do right now is I want to read from the book of Acts. It's the 5th book in the New Testament, Acts chapter 2, verses 41 and 42. This passage here is right after Jesus was raised from the dead and went back up into heaven. Peter stands up, a bunch of people have gathered together. Peter, one of Jesus' apostles, he stands up and he delivers a message. And these verses, they tell us what happens. It says, that day about 3,000 took him at his word, were baptized, and were signed up. They committed themselves to the teaching of the apostles, the life together, the common meal, and the prayers. Now, I don't have enough time in this format that we're doing right now to go into everything about this passage, but there are just a few things I just want to point out very quickly that we can learn. We can learn from these things, and we can apply these things to our life. But the first thing that you can see there is that they joined together. Verse 41 says they signed up. They signed up for it. They became an important part of something that was much bigger than themselves individually. You know, at Freedom Ridge, we have covenants. We have a partnership covenant. And I'm encouraging you, if you have not yet signed one of those, to sign it on January 17th, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about that coming up in just a few moments. But we are going to have a partnership renewal time. It's something that we're going to do on an annual basis. And this is not to make life hard on you, not to create more paperwork, but it's just to be there for people to have as a reminder and say, yes, I do buy into the vision, the mission of Freedom Ridge. I do want to be a part of this. I do want to help in accomplishing these things. And so we are going to have those available for you. You can find them on our website. Go up to the link where it says resources. Click on that. You can find them there. Or we'll have copies of them available at church on Sundays. But I'm encouraging you to sign up for that on January 17th. And we've got two different kinds of covenant forms at Freedom Ridge. One is a partnership covenant, which is for those who have already accepted Jesus as their Lord and Savior, made him the boss of their life, and say, yes, Jesus, you are my Lord, and I want to be a part of Freedom Ridge. The partnership covenant is for you. The other form we have is a cooperation covenant. And that is for people who are not quite sure yet about Jesus. They're not ready to step across that line and to commit their life fully to him just yet, but they still want to belong to Freedom Ridge. That one is for you. Don't sign both of them. Sign one or the other. Find out which one fits you the best. Read through it. See if you can agree with it. And sign it. We'll be doing that on January the 17th. So be ready for that. They join together. I'm asking you to join together with others here at Freedom Ridge. The second thing we can see is that they learn together. It says that they devoted themselves to the apostles' teachings, which means they were very intentional and they were very active in their learning. Again, on January 17th, we're starting a new lesson series called Why We Exist, as we look deeper into the mission and the vision of Freedom Ridge. And our life groups that are going to be meeting throughout the week, they're going to use Sunday's message as a discussion topic. And I'm excited about this, to think about all of us joining together in different homes throughout the week, discussing the Freedom Ridge mission and vision. It's going to be great. So they learned together. It also says that they committed to the life together. Now that can mean a couple different things. It means they were committed to the Jesus life. They were committed to living out what Jesus had in store for them. And it means too that they would just get together and they would just hang out because they knew the importance of relationships. They knew the importance of just being together. There is no such thing as a Lone Ranger Christian. It takes each other. We have to be there for each other. So 2010 is going to be the year of community. It's there for you. And I hope you accept my challenge and possibly even step outside of your comfort zone and become part of a life group. It will be very beneficial to you. It will be very beneficial to the church as a whole. Now, we'll be filling you in more on the details of these life groups on Sunday mornings and also through email. If you don't yet get our email newsletter that we send out on a regular basis, then you can just go to our website, go down to the bottom of the home page where it says Keep in Touch, put your email address in there, and then you will be signed up for our email newsletter. You'll always know what's going on around Freedom Ridge and get this information that we want to share with you. Okay, before I leave, I got a couple things I just want to share with you and make you aware of. On January 17th, we will be celebrating our first birthday as a church. Now, this will be a great time for everyone who's a part of Freedom Ridge to bring someone with you on that day. Bring a friend, bring a family member, bring a coworker, bring an enemy, bring whoever. It doesn't matter who you bring. But I'm challenging every person to bring at least one other with them on that day as we celebrate our birthday. And then after the service on that day, we're going to have a catered lunch. It's going to come in. We will eat together. We will share that meal together. So you can bribe your friends with food. Okay, it's there. Use it. But we are going to have that meal after church where we will just join together, eat together, and celebrate our birthday. Also in January and in February, we're going to be having a billboard in Boone. This is the first advertising that we have done specifically in Boone, but we have a local design firm who is creating the billboard for us. And rather than it being like the one that we did in Ames, this one's going to be more on the humorous side. And so that will be in January and February, right there along Highway 30. And as soon as the final design is decided upon, then we will show it to you on a Sunday morning so that you can see what it's going to look like. But I'm excited about Freedom Ridge. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for being a part. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.